Good afternoon to all of you. My esteemed colleagues, Department of Social Work, Dr. Sharvana, Dr. Mahesh, Dr. Ravi, Dr. Dilip, Sunita, Kirti, Sridhar, and Mr. Halmantappa and Madhu, my dear students. Today, all across the globe, we are celebrating the World Social Work Day, 16th March 2021. Tuesday, 16th March 2021, we are celebrating the World Social Work Day. And I must appreciate my colleagues and my students who have taken interest in organizing and celebrating this holy day on the eve of the World Social Work Day. Friends, the global agenda for social work and social development. The agenda is being developed by 3 global professional organizations. Those are the International Association of Social Work, International Council on Social Welfare, and International Federation of Social Workers. These are the 3 important professional organizations which have taken lead in preparing the global agenda for social work and social development. This was launched in the year 2010. The very aim was to strengthen the international profile of social work and social development. This was the very basic idea behind forming this one in 2010, strengthening the international profile of social work and social development. Friends, this kind of the formation of the agenda which enables social workers all across the globe to make a stronger contribution to policy and development. And the most importantly, the agenda of the social work mainly identifies the four important fields for action of global institutions. Those are the local communities and 3 organizations. In promoting social and economic equalities among the people, promoting dignity and worth of peoples working towards environmental sustainability and strengthening human relationships. The very purpose of the World Social Work Day 2021, 16th March, the key idea or key point of this day is that social workers all over the world stand together to advance our common message globally. This year, the 2021, the World Social Worker Day highlights Ubuntu. This is a story of South Africa. And because this is the Ubuntu. This is the first theme of the social work, global agenda of social work, 2020 to 2030, 1 decade for social work and social development. Friends, and because is a concept and philosophy that denotes with the social work perspective of the interconnectedness of all people and across the globe. It speaks to the need for global solidarity and also highlights indigenous knowledge and wisdom, what we are teaching and what we are practicing the social work by training the students across the globe in different schools of social work. The theme comes from extensive consultation within International Federation of Social Workers and beyond. At a time when global politics has retreated into nationalism, Ubuntu is a powerful message on the need for solidarity at all levels, within communities, societies, and globally. It is a message that all people are interconnected, and that our future is dependent on recognizing all people's involvement in co-building a sustainable, fair, and socially just future. The International Federation of Social Workers invites all social workers, partner organizations, and people who care about the future to the co-brand the posters. Together we can change world for this and future generation. So there is a small, the note on the Ubuntu. The theme comes from extensive consultation within ISPSW and beyond. At a time when global politics has retreated into nationalism, Ubuntu is a powerful message on the need for solidarity at all levels within communities, societies, and globally. So, together we can change world for this and future generation. This is a small message, what we can understand, a small, the concept which is developed in the South Africa about Ubuntu. It means that, the story tells that, whatever little we have, we must share and to eat. This was the story. When a basket of sweet was kept, and a gentleman asked the children who are sitting around the basket, you please take the sweet. And none of the students went alone. They have joined their all hands and went. And it showed that solidarity and equality and sharing, understanding each human concern. So this is the very story of Ubuntu. Friends, on this auspicious occasion, I would like to remind my young social work students and the teaching faculty across the country how social work journey made in this country from 1936 to 2021. Almost we are going to complete 85 years of social work education in this country. And if you introspect ourselves, if you look back, what is our achievement? What is our contribution to this society? Friends, we are teaching students both at the undergraduate and at the postgraduate level in the colleges and the universities in this country. And I would like to draw your attention that if you look back the history of social work in this country, friends, all of us, whether is a student of bachelor's, whether is a student of master's, we are teaching them in the classroom. Social work is a professional course. History, philosophy, and fields of social work, and social work is a professional course. If that is the case, the social work is a profession and an academic discipline. Once you get the degrees from the college and of the universities, you are permitted to practice, you are permitted to work, not only in the soil, any part of the world. So therefore, social work is a profession and an academic as a discipline that seeks to improve the quality and well-being of individuals, groups, and communities. How we are going to meet these needs of the individuals, groups, and communities? It is through our research, through our policies, through our community organization, through our direct practice of social work, through our crisis intervention, independent problems of either individual, group, or families, and teaching for the benefit of those affected by socially disadvantaged, such as poverty, mental and physical illness, or disability and social injustice, including violation of their civil liberties and human rights. These are the papers which we are teaching at the master's level students. Civil liberties and human rights. These are the most important things which we are teaching to the student, not only as one university across the country, across the globe. Social work profession began to learn heavily on the patterns and the institutions developed in the Western countries and especially in United States of America. These are the milestones how social work education has become the most important in the present day world. Friends, professional social work education in India began in 1936 when the School of Social Work was set up by the House of Tata, one of the largest private business enterprises. That we call it as Sir Dorabji Tata Institute of Social Sciences, Mumbai. The main inspiration for the establishment of the Graduate School of Social Work, this idea came from America. Friends, for your information, for 11 years, between 1936 to 1947, this institute was only imparting professional education in social work. Further, in 1946, the second institution was established in Lucknow under the auspices of Young Women Christian Association with a substantial grant from the counterpart in the United States of America. Later on, it was shifted to Delhi and named Delhi School of Social Work. After 2 years of its experimentation, it started from a 2-year program of social work training in 1949 and was uplifted as a postgraduate program in the University of Delhi that we call it as Masters of Arts in Social Work. The institution was eventually merged with the university in the year 1979 and became one of the departments for administrative matters under the Faculty of Social Science. Friends, if you look at the expansion of the social work in the other parts of the country, in 1950, another institute was started as a Faculty of Social Work under the University of Baroda. That we call it as Baroda School of Social Work. Somewhat, the school which was established in Baroda was on the general pattern of the American pattern, which was accepted earlier at Mumbai and Delhi during the next decade. That is 1951 to 60. Later on, this period, particularly 1951 to 60, and 14 such kind of the institutions have come up to start the social work in this country. Further, in 1971 to 80, you just see how the birth of social work took place in this country, schools of social work. The 30 institutions were providing social work, education and training at graduate and postgraduate level across the country. The year between 1970 and 80 also saw the social work educators advocating general need of the people. For your information, Kashi Vidyapit, now that is called as Mahatma Gandhi Kashi Vidyapit Deemed University. It is in Uttar Pradesh, a place called Benares. The Department of Social Work was established on August 15, 1947, on the Independence Day of this country, realizing the need for devoted and competent social welfare manpower after the country had got independence in order to build a socio-economically self-reliant nation. Friends, later on, the Rajasthan, Udaipur School of Social Work, because these are the history speaks. Udaipur School of Social Work was founded in August 1959. Later on, if you come to the South Deep, that is Kerala, Kalmesheri, what we call it, Rajagiri School of Social Work, Kalmesheri. The Department of Social Work, School of Social Work was established in the year 1955 with a diploma program. Beginning, they started a diploma program in social work in 1959 in the Rajagiri School of Social Work at Kalmesheri in Kerala. The program is meant to provide a training in social services. Later on, in 1961, they started Masters of Social Work program in the Rajagiri School of Social Work. Coming to the expansion of the schools of social work in the other universities and the institutions, the Department of Social Work, which was started in the Andhra University, Visakhapatnam in the year 1964. I will tell who are the responsible to start these departments when I am saying something about the contribution of the first generation of social work educators in this country, later part of this, my talk. The Jamia Millia Islamia, it is one of the central university in Delhi. We have totally 4 central universities in Delhi: Jawaharlal Nehru University, Delhi University, Jamia Millia Islamia University, and Indira Gandhi National Open University. The Jamia Millia Islamia, the department was started in the year 1967. As I already told, the Delhi School of Social Work. But IGNOU launched the social work at the undergraduate and postgraduate level in the year 2004 and 5. But program has not become successful, what I understand. Coming to the Gujarat Vidyapith, the Department of Social Work started here in the year 1970, Rajasthan. Again, coming to the South Deep, Madras School of Social Work, which was started social work in the year 1952, and the school was affiliated to University of Madras. In Andhra Pradesh, Rhoda Mestri, she was one of the member of parliament, and she was a minister also long years ago. And Rhoda Mestri College of Social Work and Research Center, which was started by Indian Council of Social Welfare in the year 1966. Later on, Professor DVP Raja, Captain DVP Raja, the Madurai Institute of Social Work, which was started in the year 1970 and 71. So, the schools of social work managed by the Institute of Social Service, Mangalore, in Karnataka, state, which was established in the year 1960, in Mangalore, by the Society of Daughters of Heart and Mary. This was a Christian missionary. The postgraduate department and research in social work was established in the year 1962 and has an acclaim as the pioneering department imparting post-graduation in social work in Karnataka. Sit first. Milk is not first. Listen first. आपका सुनिए, कहानी सुनिए, समाज कार्य का ऐतिहासिक, बाद में खाना पीना सब सोना. Okay? I was speaking about the postgraduate department of social work in Karnataka University, Dharwad. They claim that the pioneers of social work at the postgraduate level in Karnataka. Of course, friends, for your information, when the subject was started in the year 1962 under the leadership of Professor K. Ishwaran, Professor of Social Anthropology in Karnataka University, Dharwad. And the department, those days they used to call it as social welfare, first batch student, 62 to 64. And later on the department was shifted to sociology department under the chairmanship of Professor Chandrasekharaya. Literally, the department was bifurcated in 1973. It has become independent department. Of course, Karnataka University, Dharwad is a pioneering university of the department to start social work as far as in Karnataka is concerned. The Department of Social Work was also started in Bangalore University under the leadership of Professor late H.M. Marulu Siddhaya in the year 1973. I think most of you might have read his books, H.M. Marulu Siddhaya. He was also there as a faculty in Karnataka University, Dharwad. And he was a student of Delhi School of Social Work. And he was a student of University of Mysore. He had sociology and MA social work, both. Coming to the University of Mysore, the Department of Social Work was established in the year 1977. When that time there was an emergency in this country. Am I correct? 75? 77? 77, new government was formed. First time Janata Party. Yes. Am I correct? Yes. The department was started in the year 1977 at the School of Social Work, Roshini Nilai, Mangalore, in the academic year 77 and 78, with the service of 2 temporary faculty members. A 2-year postgraduate course of social work was started in the PG Department of Sociology under the chairmanship of late Professor C. Parvathamma, great sociologist in this country. Professor C. Parvathamma took the leadership to start social work independently in Mysore University. And the School of Social Work, Roshni Nilai, Mangalore, it is a missionary school, came to be affiliated to Mangalore University when it was established in the year 1984. Till then, it was under the affiliation to University of Mysore. And friends, as far as my department is concerned here, Kuvempu University, this is the brainchild of Professor K. Chidananda Gowda, the Vice Chancellor, 2004 and 5. Professor Chidananda Gowda was the responsible to start this department when Mr. Pandey was the registrar of this university. And the Karnataka State Women's University That we call it as Karnataka State Akkamadevi Women's University. Now nomenclature is changed. 2007, July, first admission took place. I was the person who was there that time. I came on deputation to Kuvempu Women's University, Vijayapura. Tumkur, 2004 and 5, Department of Social Work. Rani Challamma in the year 2005. Davangere University, 2006 and 7. Later on, it was bifurcated from Kuvempu University because the first appointment, Mr. Pradeep, is the faculty of this department. 2006, Dr. Ramesh and Mr. Pradeep were the first two faculty members were appointed to this university in January 2006. I was very much there that time on the campus. So when university was bifurcated, the two positions, one reader post and one lecturer post, went towards the Davangere University. Later on, it has become independent university and universities were bifurcated. So the Central University, CUK, Kadaganchi, Gulbarga, they started social work in the year 2009 and 10, when Professor Patan was the first vice chancellor of that university, Professor Patan. And the Karnataka State Rural Development Panchayat Raj University, Gadag, 2017, they started social work. They call it as community development, am I correct? And when Bangalore University was divided three parts, Bangalore University, Bangalore Central University, Bangalore North University. And Bangalore Central University and North University have become the independently started MSW in 2017-18 because the students were not distributed till then when universities were bifurcated. So this is about the brief note on how the schools of social work have come up in this country. On this occasion, I must remember and respect the great stalwarts of social work who have contributed their might to the growth and development of this subject. Friends, Professor M.S. Gore Master of Social Science, leaving his professorship in the University of Mumbai. He was a professor of sociology. And people were asking him, why Mr. Gore, you are leaving this university and going to social work? What is that social work? For your information, he took a lot of challenge to start the social work in the Tata Institute of Social Science. Long years, he was the director. He was contributed so much for the development of the Tata School of Tata Institute of Social Science. Admissions was very, very difficult to get the student. And now Tata Institute has become the one of the premier institute in training social work in the country, and it was recognized by the whole world. I must remember Professor M.S. Gore, Professor Armati Desai. She is the professor of TIS. She has become the chairperson of University Grant Commission. This is a very, very, the proud to the social work profession. I must remember the names of the people here. Professor Niranjan Gokard, you have not heard the names because they are no more in service. Because of these people, today social work, we are sitting here in Karnataka, Kuvempu University. If these people are not there, social work would never see the light of the day. We must remember and respect the people who have contributed. Professor M.S. Gore, Professor Armati Desai, Professor Niranjan Gokard, Professor R.K. Hebasur, Professor Vidya Rao, Professor Adarsh Sharma, Professor Partho Mukherjee. Some names only I am telling, the very, very key persons who have contributed much in the early part of the social work training in Tata Institute of Social Sciences, Mumbai. Friends, I remember the few names. I don't want to take much of your time. In the Lucknow University, the most prestigious department of social work, Professor Surendra Singh, and he became the first Vice Chancellor of Mahatma Gandhi Kashi Vidyapit deemed university. I think you may be referring the Journal of Social Work, Contemporary Social Work. He is the founder of that journal in social work. Professor Surendra Singh, eminent professor of social work from Lucknow University. Professor Srivastava, there are two, SP Srivastava and VD Srivastava. These are also two important professors. Professor Mirza Ahmad was a great professor of social work from Lucknow University. And if you come to the Delhi School of Social Work, Professor K.D. Gangrade, Professor R.R. Singh, Professor K.K. Mukhopadhyay. There are many others are there. I am just telling you the important people, those who are most senior. As far as Kashi Vidyapit is concerned, Professor C.P. Goyal, the very, the great stalwart of social work in 50s, 60s, 70s. Professor K.G. Barnwal, Professor Inam Shastri. Because these people are not in service, they are 80 plus. And as far as Andhra is concerned, the department was started in the early stage in sociology. Professor Rangarao. Rangarao was internationally known sociology professor of this country. Later on, Professor K.V. Ramana, the Professor Vijay Lakshmi, of course, they are student of Professor K.V. Ramana, Professor Devi Prasad, Professor S.V. Sudhakar. There are many other people on list of professors who have contributed. These people are retired from the service. Friends, the Andhra again, you are reading a book on research methodology, name called Dr. D.K. Laldas. He is from College of Social Work. That we call it as Rhoda Mesri College of Social Work, Gachibowli, Hyderabad. Professor Lakshmipati Raju, Professor Pushpa Kumari from Mahela Vishwavidyalaya, Tirupati. Professor Pushpa Kumari, V. Pushpa Kumari. And if you come to the Madras School of Social Work, contribution is very much high. Professor K. George, Professor Mahadevan. And as I told, Madurai School of Social Institute of Social Work, Professor Captain D.V.P. Raja, he was the founder of the Social Work Institute there. Professor K.K. Jacob from the Rajagiri School of Social Work, Kalmeseri. Most important person in the social work and sociology field, Professor Rajeshwar Prasad from Agra Institute of Social Science, Agra. And Vishwa Bharati is concerned in West Bengal, the eastern state of this country. A person from Andhra Pradesh. His name is called as Krishna Rao. He started the Department of Social Work at Shantiniketan in West Bengal. They have both bachelors in social work and masters in social work. Nirmal Niketan, Mumbai, College of Social Work, Nirmal Niketan, Kalini Mujumdar. He was a principal for long years. Of course, you can remember Professor Philomena de Souza. She was also served long years in the Roshni Nilay, and later on she was shifted to, the Mumbai Nirmal Niketan, Professor Philomena de Souza. As far as Jamia Millia Islamia is concerned, Professor M.Z. Khan. Professor M.Z. Khan is a very famous person during those days. Professor Gandhi, P.K. Gandhi, Professor H.Y. Siddiqui. You are writing a book on social group work and social welfare administration and community development also. And as far as the Karnataka is concerned, the Department of Social Work at Karnataka University, Dharwad, Professor K. Ishwaran, Professor Pradhan, Professor Nazim Ahmad Ganihar, Professor Shekhar F. Pujar, Professor Vinita Pai, Professor S.R. Patil, Srimati S.R. Patil. These were the most important faculties who have worked with their commitment to the development of the Department of Social Work in Karnataka University, Dharwad. As far as Mysore is concerned, Professor Parathamma was the leader. Professor Chandrasekharappa, Professor Indira, Professor Nagaraj, Professor TBB S.V. Ramanaya, Professor Y.S. Siddegowda, and Professor Usha Rao. These were the members. I am not saying about the present professors. I am talking about those who have retired. We have worked. Bangalore University is concerned, Professor H.M. Muradishidaya, Professor Rose Hussain, Professor Virbakshaya, Professor L.S. Gandhidas, Professor Vasanti Vijay, Professor V.N. Reddy, N.V. Reddy, I think, or V.N. Reddy, N.V. Reddy, N. Venkataswamy Reddy. So, the most important part we have forgotten, NIMHANS, the Department of Psychiatric Social Work, which was, the pioneer to start this department was Professor Iqbal Ahmad Sharif. Recently, he was given the DLIT, degree in social work, by the Tumkur University, Tumkur. In 1960, early 60, he took a lot of pain to start the Department of Psychiatric Social Work at NIMHANS, Bangalore, convincing the medical people and clinical psychology people. And he took a lot of pain to start the Department of Psychiatric Social Work. And today, his students are working across the globe. And it has become one of the highly recognized departments in the country, because that we call it as NIMHANS is a national importance, Institute of National Importance. So these are some of the things which I would like to put before you on the occasion of this World Social Work Day celebration. And besides this, and you may ask me the question, sir, 85 years, what kind of contribution this all, social work educators, the social work practitioners, social work researchers, working in different capacities, not only as a teacher, in different capacities, in the NGOs, in the industries, or in the communities, or in the health institutions. They have contributed very much. Friends, as I told, if you take the data of schools of social work in 1970 and 80, and its figure was 30, and today we have 400 schools of social work across the country. and we are producing 6,000 students, graduates from the different schools of social work across the country. But you think we have the population of 130 crore population. Per visit, the sufficient for you, 6,000 graduates, can they help these 130 crore population? If you ask me as a social work, the professional, I will tell you, today every industry, every hospital, every house, every village, every hospital, every university, every hostel, and there is a need of social workers. And it is not sufficient to train the student of 6,000 from these 400 schools of social work across the country. We do require the more number of the students whom we have to be trained, and they should join their hands in serving the people across the country. And this is my answer to the question, what kind of help we can do. And there are many problems are there with the individuals, with the families, with the groups, and with the community. And these things are not visible. It seems to be very simple. But when you are having the hypertension, you can't only take the medicine. You need some kind of the counseling. Your mind should be clean. Your mind should be clear. For that, you need the counseling from the words from this kind of trained social workers who can ease your mind, and you can avoid your medicine. Your health will be normal. So when your family break down, where you will go? You can't go to the automobile shop. You can go to the social worker. Social workers are only people who can help the wherever breaking down of families taking place. Such kind of people, social worker can help those families. When the problem, maybe on violence or something like that, where you will go? You have to go to the family social workers. When a person is coming with a mental health problem, he can't only go to the psychiatric doctor. He has to go to the psychiatric social worker also. Counseling is more important than the medicine. So therefore, and in the every the span of the human life, and there is a need of service of the social workers. And as a student of social work, because some of you are in the third semester, some of you are in the first semester, by this time you might have understood how this subject is there, how the subject will help the people in the society after completing your the course from this university, and what kind of help you can do. And more so, those students who have joined to this course, and totally after 2 years of the completion of the course, their personality is going to be changed, their thinking is going to be changed, and their the perspective in understanding the human problems is going to be changed. This they develop the competence of how to make their career. This is the kind of training where you will get, that is only in the social work, because we are not only merely giving the degrees from the university, and we are giving the training, the knowledge. The knowledge is going to help you to make your career on your own. You are not going to be dependent on your parents. You are going to be more independent, earning your livelihood, and also you are going to help the society wherever it is possible, wherever the opportunities are being given to you. And these are the the best services what you can do. And today what I'm saying is going to be true tomorrow once you complete the course and go out in the job market. And certainly you are having different kind of assignments in your the life career. And wherever you go, you must be having 5 principles in your life. You should be sincere, you should be honest, you should be loyal, you should be committed, you should be non-corrupt, and you should always concern about the human feelings and human relations. So these are the things which you have to carry throughout your life. Whether you are a professional worker, whether you are a housewife, whether you are an entrepreneur, whether you are running a college of social work, or you are working with a research institute, or wherever you are working. So these are the important things which you have to keep in your mind, and during the course of training, these things are being given to you. But when you complete the course, and if you practice these things in your life, and you can ask me, sir, what you said that is correct, the life is full of joy. and we are the helping hand to our neighbors. And if you help 10 people, if you help 20 people, that itself is called as the meaning for the choosing the course of social work and getting the degree from this university or any other university across the country. With these things, I thank all of you for having patiently listened my whatever knowledge, whatever information I want to give you on the eve of the occasion of the celebration of the World Social Work Day, 16th March 2021. I must thank all the students. I must also thank my colleagues in the department who have shared the responsibility to run this department. And you must be very much alert, because the second wave of this corona is going to be, symptoms are showing. You should be very, very careful while taking food or moving in the market or in the communities or in the hostels. Whomever such kind of people are seen, you please report it, because this is a deadly disease. We should not again, harm our health as such. With these few words, I once again thank all of you, and I wish you all the best on this occasion. Thank you very much. God bless you.
ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮವನ್ನು ಉದ್ದೇಶಿಸಿ ಮಾತನಾಡಿದಂತ ಪ್ರೊಫೆಸರ್ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಬಿ.ಎಸ್. ಗುಂಜಾಲ್ ಸರ್ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು. ಈಗ ಸಂತೋಷ್ ಪಿಪಿ ಸಂಗಡಿಗರಿಂದ ಒಂದು ಕ್ರಾಂತಿ ಗೀತೆಯನ್ನು ಹಾಡಲಿದ್ದಾರೆ.